West Springfield has announced the creation of a police station siting committee. That committee will be tasked with researching and reviewing potential sites in West Springfield to find a new location for a police station. West Springfield is one of the last municipalities in the state where the police department is housed within its municipal office building and not a standalone facility. That current facility is outdated and undersized for the current operations of the police department, which is why a new location is being sought out.